It's Week 13 of the National Football League, and the focus is on Courtland Sutton, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the Broncos and the Browns on Monday Night Prime Time.
Fittingly named in part for its considerable elevation. We're at Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver, Colorado. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Lucky Week 13 is underway. Everyone hoping for some good fortune as we enter the home stretch. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Broncos offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the final quarterback taken in the first round of this year's draft. A lot of experience from Oregon and Auburn. It's Bo Nix.
You know what I like, Kate? I like that even though he got burned a couple times last week, had the interceptions, he didn't let that throw him off his game or make him gun-shy to keep pushing the ball down the field. And look what that mindset got him as a result. 3 touchdowns, and much more importantly, a win.
And a man is there to knock that away. Clean breakup on that throw. So second down coming up. Well, as we see the names populating this injury report, partner, we recognize they've had to do some adjusting over the course of the season as key contributors have gone down.
And this, right here, this is where fan favorites and surprise superstars are born, Kate. From guys having to step in as a result of these injuries. You never root for players to miss time and go down, but you'll always root for the guys filling in, who are getting their shot to make their name and contribute when it really matters.
It's tipped away, and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Takes this in at the 25. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. Bringing him out to #1 pick in 2015, a former league leader in passing, it's Jameis Winston.
Simply put, there's not a throw on the field he's not capable of making. His arm can reach every blade of grass, which as a defender is an absolute pain to have to worry about down in and down out. And as an offense, it energizes you for the possibility of a big play at any time.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 11. Got a man. It's Njoku. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brandon Jones up for the stop. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Winston now. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. He has it at the 22, and he's brought down before the return gets far. The Broncos about to get going on offense. Javonte Williams headed back out now. And he has just shredded NFL defenses so far this season. You can see he's sitting 2nd right now across the league in rushing yards. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here, what he was able to do in support of that win. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They stay on the ground with Williams. And he gets him around 6 there. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down. Another run for Williams. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Give to Williams from the gun. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. It was the rookie from Ohio State there to bring him down.
You can keep your job in the NFL as a D tackle if you eat up space. You really can. But you make that bag when you can defeat blocks, penetrate, and create runs for losses as a defensive tackle.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Shotgun snap to Nix. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he will score. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos go up 6-0 here in the first. It's a Troy Franklin touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Point after try is good by Lutz. And the Broncos will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Here's a return from the 7. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the 2nd time. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening 1st down as they take the field a 2nd time. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, don't get me wrong, Kate. Every defensive guy, they watch tape in their own ways. The linebackers, well, they're a little bit like quarterbacks. They got to develop that sixth sense by watching that tape so they can diagnose and get home in a hurry like he just did.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got the rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. And a great try at that 1st down.
And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, the 2-yard run on 1st down, I think that keeps you ahead of schedule. But you're going to have to pick up the pace.
Connection made to Judy. And he's brought down for a loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away, and that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
The Broncos get to him here. He's brought down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact. It gets home. But, of course, we know, it's not that simple. It is really tough to lock down a full field for more than a second or 2.
They'll punch another one away. Corey Bajorquez returning to the field. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 17. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jordan Hicks takes it away. And he takes this one back for the pick six. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
On comes Dustin Hopkins to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns tie this game 7-7. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Back to the air. Nix after the pick. Has a man. That's Cortland Sutton. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? I'll put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action, right? When you really just gouge and gash a defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head.
A solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 3 on that game. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Jordan Hicks takes it away. And the Browns get it back on his 6th interception of the season.
Such a huge point of emphasis for so many defenses, clogging up the middle of the field. They saw that receiver enter the middle and did a terrific job of baiting the quarterback into the throw, and an even better job of forcing the interception.
The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, no, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Into the hands of Elijah Moore. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. Here's Ford running right. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They start out with 3rd and 4. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Man in motion out of the slot. On 1st down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard, well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Finding Judy. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Browns a 1st. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Ford running to the right. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Judy there to grab it. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Riley Moss with that tackle. So now here's 3rd and 5. Winston looking to throw. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Carlson's kick is good. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
His return starts at the 5. Finds some space. He's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. Denver ready for another offensive possession. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 43, he's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So now they have 3rd and short. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. James Prochet returning this for the Browns. Got 44 yards on his first kick, Brock, and this one looks to be longer. Fair catch the signal, and he brings it in at the 23. No return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ford. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here's Winston. Throw reeled in by Njoku. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Tackle made by Chris Abrams-Drain. And the Broncos are in the nickel for this 3rd down. That's Tillman, he's got it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Call it feel, Kate, call it instincts. I don't really care what you call it, but the best QBs, they can sense it. They know it when that pressure's coming, and they know how to avoid it. Keep that play alive. Extend it outside of the chaos, and go get your offense a completion.
Here's Winston to the air. That one complete to Njoku. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that gain. Sent down by Cody Barton. Second down now, 7 to go. Ford straight ahead. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First down, and they go right back to it. And this goes across midfield and into Broncos territory. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4. From the 46. He'll get this to Tillman. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns make it a 9-point advantage. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
On is Hopkins for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Browns make it a 10-point ball game.
Broncos 7.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Broncos returning their offense and this running back to the field. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Nix from the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Nix. The sideline shot snagged by Sutton. And he reaches the 35 before going out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3.
Running for the marker with Williams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Denver 1st.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Going to the ground again on 1st. He breaks a tackle. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Nix to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Broncos will have a 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. And it's the Broncos with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
At the 20-yard line.
Nix now to throw. Complete out to the right side. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll throw again. Nix. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. This one intended for the running back. And now they face second down. Shotgun snap to Nix. He brings it in. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Throwing here, Nix. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. The upright's 31 yards away, dead ahead. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead's 7.
You know, you look at that 3rd down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
He stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns taking the field with barely any time left in this opening half. They're up by 7. We'll see if they choose to just rest on that going into halftime. Only half a minute to go in our half. Let's see how they begin the drive. Winston. Into the hands of Tillman. Complete. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense. Their second. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just 1 play. Got a man. It's Njoku. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Now the Browns spend their final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Winston now. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
Carlson's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Broncos 10.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And, well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sailed over the end zone, Brock, but with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. He's going to lob one deep down the left sideline. Brought in inside the 20. And he takes it all the way down close to the 15 before going out.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and the old quarterback momentarily. But first, let's give everyone a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where it was the Chiefs who were able to come away with the home victory. Patrick Mahomes leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head south to Texas to check on the Cowboys at home at AT&T Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. These two teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Browns have the football first to start the third, and here comes their offense. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. A give up the middle to Ford. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They get 13 on the pickup. And that gives the Browns a first. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Another one for Ford. And he fights his way forward to get this to the 45. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Staying on the ground with Ford. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what I call a healthy return on investment. You run the toss play, looking for positive yards, looking to move the sticks. And I'm looking for that to be called again.
And defenders are there to get him at the line. P.J. Locke getting there for the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. This is Ford on the handoff. And that's good for a gain of 5. Brandon Jones up for the stop. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down. To throw, here's Winston. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now Ford. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. From the 32. Short pass brought in. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Riley Moss with that tackle. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. On the carry, it's Ford. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
So the Browns are going to kick the field goal on 4th down. Dustin Hopkins on for the attempt. From the right hash, a 49-yard look. Carlson's kick is good. And that pushes the lead up to 13.
I know. Sometimes we take kickers for granted, but I'll tell you what, you can't hit that any better. Never even flirted with an upright. That was right down the middle.
Here's Smith on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home teams and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Nix with it on first. It's taken in by Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
This is ahead for about 5. The former first-rounder Devin Bush making the play. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game, offense.
Everyone was set and at the line. The quarterback just didn't snap it before the play clock hit 0.
Still 3rd down.
The penalty makes this a 3rd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First down, ball at the 36. Nick's looking to throw. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Give to Williams from the gun. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, third down. Now Nix. Got Williams, and it's complete. And this one doesn't go far.
It's plays like that, Kate, right, wrong. Where I sit and judge a defense. I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
That's taken at the 15. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Ford. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he's brought down for a loss.
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That'll be complete to Ford. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but I think somebody's auditioning for some extra work as a receiver. If he could do that coming out of the backfield, imagine the damage he could do if they sent him out into one of those spots out wide.
Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. From the 37. It's complete to Ford. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Running it after the penalty. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Throwing now, off play action. That one complete to Njoku. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 25-yard line. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. And the Broncos bringing out some extra DBs on this third down. They're in the dime. To the ground with Ford. And he's stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. Call it 4 yards, and we'll see what they do now from 4th and short in this spot.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Winston looking to throw. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Jerry Judy. A gain of 7. First down, Cleveland.
Working inside the red zone. Bails out of the pocket quick. He takes it himself. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
It's second and 8 at the 12-yard line.
This is Ford. And that hit stops him in his tracks. No gain on that one, and now it's 3rd and 8. Winston to throw it. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. And the Broncos have some new life in the 4th. Well, how quickly things can change. They were looking so good just a couple of plays ago, and suddenly, not anymore. A red zone look comes up empty with that interception.
I think the pressure got to him there, Kate. And I don't even mean all those pass rushers, although they were certainly coming too. I mean the pressure of being 3rd down in the red zone. That's where you got to slow yourself down as a quarterback and know you've got to simply protect the football.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Nice seam in the defense as he crosses the 45. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Every offense in the league today, they want a couple of guys on the roster capable of doing this. Players who can line up a receiver, running back, and make plays from both spots. It's where the NFL's been heading for years, and what a great example on that play.
That one's caught along the left sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. They're now set for 1st and 10. They'll run the toss for Williams. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a toss running left with Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took off. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up, 5 yards to the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
Nicks from the gun. Cut near the goal line. It's a Denver touchdown. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos get it back to within 6. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Browns send Jerome Ford ready to begin another drive. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. From the gun, it's Ford. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Here's Winston to the air. Hauled in by Njoku, left side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
Ford straight ahead. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's Ford running right. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 36. Forced out to his right. He can run it. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. And that play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
You know, that's one of those little mental Rolodex plays. Right before the snap, you know if the read isn't there, that option isn't there, you can use your legs to make the adjustment and go get the first down.
Finding Judy. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. To the right and pulled in by Judy. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Ford. And it's barely anything on that run, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another one for Ford. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. They put a receiver in motion here left. Staying on the ground with Ford. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Carlson's kick is good. And that'll make it a two-score game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a two-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
Return starts at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Nix. Cut by Sutton. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Broncos have to hurry here. Clock still running. This finds Franklin. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward. 1st and 10. Got to score immediately here. Only one timeout left, and that clock winding down. To throw, here's Nix. Throw complete to Williams. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Mims with the grab. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. To throw. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Browns get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. Well, it'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. Browns just kneeling out the clock in this victory now. Now the Broncos take their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Browns will take this win home with them. And this was the type of response you always hope to see after a loss, Brock. Get right back out there and find a way to win the following week. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a well-earned win for the Browns, as we'll see you next time from Denver.